That, Larry, brings us to the women's 4x400 meter relay. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch teams from Rice, Texas, and Nebraska. Again, the first 2 lanes open, but it's in lanes 3, 4, and 6, I think, where the competition is really going to take place.
There you're looking at Texas, and they were favored coming in here, heavily favored. They have not had a particularly strong NCAA championship. Bev Kearney's team has just not had quite the spark that I think they all anticipated they would have. And they will have their hands full if they run this race like they've run some of the others.
And Larry, remember Lewis Johnson's point before competition began today. That is that fatigue at this point can begin to take over because so many of these athletes, like these ladies participating in the 4x4, participate in so many other events.
Rice closest to the camera. Followed by Florida State, then Texas and Nebraska on the inside of the 4 teams here in the seeded heat of the women's 4x4.
That's Rice on the far outside in the lead as we enter the second turn.
Davis will cut for the pole here with the lead for the University of Texas Longhorns. Let's see what her first lap split is here to get an idea of the pace. 25 seconds, almost on the nose here, but the rest of the world is closing in, Adrian. Look at them just kind of zero in on her.
And Rice, in the person of Andrea Blackett, takes over the lead, passing Davis of Texas. It's Rice in the lead now as we enter the end of the first leg of the women's 4x400.
Blackett, a senior from Barbados, is pulling away. This is a surprise. Davis struggling here. Florida State is in second. On the outside, that is Nebraska. And Nebraska's trying to pull into second place right now.
Clean exchange through the first pass of the baton. Now, Suziann Reid, the sophomore from Rice, is out in the lead.
There you see Florida State. That is Maria Embon. And she is racing Jill Myatt from Nebraska here. And they are trying to close in on Rice University, who has got the lead.
Watch the time in the lower right. Just passing 1:22 as we enter now the second lap of the second stage of the women's 4x4. This is Rice still out in front.
53.8 was the leadoff split for Andrea Blackett. This is TaNisha Mills, a senior from Midland, Texas, for Rice University, holding on, powering around the turn.
All right, now Margaret Fox, the freshman from Rice, is going to have to hold on to the lead here. This is a key point in this race here, Larry.
TaNisha Mills' second leg split is 54.3 seconds. She held the lead well for Rice.
Now look at the back of the pack. Donna Howard, the senior, the experienced runner from Texas, is really moving up.
Well, it's sometimes a price to pay here when you go out too hard in the first 200 meters, but you're right. Howard is bringing Texas right up into contention here if she can have a good second 200-meter leg on her relay leg.
Margaret Fox holding on to the lead, maintaining the lead for Rice. But again, we're beginning to close up and keep an eye on Howard from Texas now into third position.
The other runner's running a very good leg. It'll be interesting to see what Margaret Fox's split is here. And boy, everybody is in this race, Adrian. Look at this.
It's going to be up to Melissa Straker, the anchor leg of the women's 4x400 for Rice, to hold on to the lead here. The final exchange.
Nebraska getting a great relay leg from freshman Stella Klassen. There's Toya Brown, the anchor person, number 717 for Texas. They are now in third place.
Here comes Toya Brown now into second position, right behind Melissa Straker. Can she catch her? We go into one of the final turns of the women's 4x4.
What a battle. Look at this. Toya Brown bringing her team from way in the back, in a sense. Within less than 200 meters, she has moved out to a clear lead. Can she hold it? It's the big question. We have one lap to go. That is Straker in second place from Rice.
And just as you say it, Toya Brown seems to be becoming exhausted as Melissa Straker retakes the lead from Toya Brown and Texas. It's Rice in the lead the way they started.
Melissa Straker, showing all her experience, stayed very cool when Toya Brown pulled away, but down the home stretch, it is Straker from Rice.
Melissa Straker from Rice, Toya Brown from Texas, and then finally Charmaine Bertoni from Nebraska. That's the way they'll finish. 1, 2, 3. A fantastic final leg as you watch Toya Brown from Texas really made the move, but may have expended too much too early.
Very good point. She would have been better off, I think, just cruising up, maybe trying to get into second place, not spending so much energy in the first lap. You tend to tie up badly when you go out too hard in a 400-meter race.
Well, you can see the difference, Larry, in the stride between Melissa Straker and Toya Brown.
Well, despite her size, she doesn't overstride. I'm talking about Straker, but Straker stayed very cool. very smart way to run a race by Straker.
How'd you like to be Lewis Johnson at this point? He's in the middle of 4 very happy young ladies, the first of which, Melissa Straker.
Well, the Rice Owls go from 0 to 10 points in one fell swoop, the 4x4. Yeah. Melissa, Toya Brown of Texas laid down a blistering 400 meters, passed you up. How were you able to maintain yourself and get back into lead?
See, well, I knew that she ran the 400 earlier, so I had the advantage of being fresh. And as my coach, Victor Lopez, say, just chance, go after it. You never know what could happen. And I did exactly that, and then I was able to catch it to her.
What's the message to young runners who are watching this meet at home and they want to know about dealing with adversity and not being ranked, not expecting to do anything, and to have pulled off what you did? What do you tell them?
Perseverance. That's all it was. It took me 4 years to reach this point, and I mean, it was a long, hard struggle, but I'm here now. And no, we are here on behalf of all the race, university track team, and every sports person in our race. We could do it, man. We got it here and here.
There you have it, the Rice Owls. Great job, ladies.